Hey guys, it's Andre here from Elite Exposure, and in today's video, we're actually going to go through a live Google Ads account that our client has given us access to, and he wants to know exactly why he's spending so much money with Google Ads and hardly getting any leads out of it. And the reason I wanted to make this video is to demonstrate that just because you're advertising on Google does not mean you're magically going to get flooded with leads, especially when it's not done correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a live walkthrough step by step of what I actually looked through to see why a Google Ads campaign may not be working and how to fix it. So right off the bat, the very first thing I do is I go over to goals and let's have a look at the conversions. What are these guys actually tracking as leads? So it looks like here under the submit lead form, we've got it twice. Looks like they've tried hosting it on Google as well, which typically doesn't work. People don't normally submit lead forms on Google. So that would be number one thing. And then this one says it needs attention. So chances are more likely than not, it might not be set up correctly. Now here under the calls, we've got quite a few different calls. Not sure if any of them are working because there isn't very many. 2, 2, 1, and then 0 from the website. And it says it's not even working. Website phone number. So this is something I'd need to test, but I could probably make a safe bet that it probably doesn't work considering there's no numbers here. These are set as a primary action. To be honest, when you're running campaigns for a construction business, you really only want calls and leads. All the rest is just pointless. And then down here, we can see get directions. We're selling bathrooms, we're selling kitchens. We don't need people to come to us, we need to come to them. So these are pretty useless as well. Here it looks like we've got a first time phone call and it's tracking clicks. When someone clicks on a button on a website, that does not mean they actually called. So tracking clicks is always a waste of time. You want to be tracking an actual phone call. Now Google actually has a service for this and you should be using it because it's free and it means you can actually track live phone calls, which we'll show here in a second. So right here, this is Google's own call tracking. Now we can see that it wasn't actually, it looks like they didn't track it at all because there's only one phone call, but you can see a date, a time, the duration, caller ID, and whether it was received and where it came from. So this is what you want to be tracking when you're running campaigns for construction. And here we've got another one, our conversation started. So not sure what this is, whether it worked or not. Overall, the conversions I would say most likely are not set up correctly. And if your conversions aren't even set up correctly, you're basically setting up your campaign to fail. If you want your Google ads to actually work properly, you need your conversions set up right from the get-go. If your conversions don't even work and you're spending money, you're throwing it away because you're not tracking what's actually getting you leads. So you need to track it correctly. Now, if we have a look at the campaigns themselves, I just want to see what was actually spent. And you can see here, we've spent quite a lot on these search campaigns, which is good, but we've also spent a little bit of money on these Performance Max campaigns. Now, Performance Max is basically just giving Google the reins and letting them do whatever they want, throw the ad on emails, websites, everything. You typically don't find a lot of high intent users there, and therefore these are basically a waste of money. You want to be running search campaigns instead so that people that are looking for a bathroom remodel or a kitchen remodel, your ad shows up. So another thing that I'm seeing is the average cost per click. Some of the campaigns, it's nice and low at $13. Some of it's really high at $35, which if you're just starting out on Google Ads, that's going to be a very expensive campaign to actually get profitable. So these keywords are quite expensive on some of these campaigns. And so I'm going to have to find out why they're so expensive. So if we just have a look at the one that spent the most, $2,000. We've got quite a few double ups, looks like kitchen and bath and then kitchen. If you're going to run ads this way, you may as well just separate it. You have kitchen in one, bathroom in another. Looks like they got master bath as well, which is quite interesting. So they've done some exact match keywords, which is great, but not a lot of traffic went to this ad group. Okay, one thing I see is this kitchen remodel keyword that was broad match. When you run broad match keywords, you're literally letting Google just show your ad to anything and everything. I never recommend using broad match whatsoever because Google will just show your ad to everything. You want to make it really tight and say, I only want my ads to show for kitchen remodeling, kitchen renovation, kitchen remodeling contractors. Those are much better keywords You're keeping control over what you show your ads for. Okay, so the keywords themselves are actually not too bad. Fairly expensive. Now, this is a competitive area, so that's not too surprising. If we have a look at the quality score here, there's no data. So if we pull up some of these other ad groups, still no data on the quality score. All right, try a different campaign. Okay, now we're starting to see some quality score. So, what quality score means is Google is judging you by how good one, your ad is, and two, how good the landing page experience is on your website. Google wants people to use Google. So, when you run an ad that sucks, it doesn't even get clicked on, and then whatever clicks it does get, they just go on the landing page and they leave and they don't convert, Google will punish you for that. And they're going to punish you by giving you a higher cost per click because Google wants people to use the platforms. But on the other hand, if you have a really good ad that people respond to and it gets a high click-through rate and they go on the landing page and spend an awful amount of time there and they convert, what will happen is you'll actually get a quality score of 10 out of 10. You'll actually get a cheaper cost per click as a result. So when I see this campaign that has no quality score at all, I can safely bet that the landing page wasn't very good and the ads didn't match too well either. And that's the reason for the higher cost per click. Now, there is obviously competition and it depends on how many advertisers are in the area, but there are things you can do to lower that cost per click, and that is having a better quality score. So if we look here at all our campaigns, we can't even crack our quality score of over 5. And you can see as a result, our cost per clicks are just so high. 34, 34, 34, almost $40 just for a single click, which is just never going to become profitable. So right here, I've just pulled up another campaign and I'm going to show you the quality score. So we got bathroom renovations, which is the perfect keyword, and our cost per click is $5. Now this is a totally different market, but you can understand why you want a better quality score to get a lower CPC. Bathroom designers Brisbane, 8 out of 10, $3. Bathroom renovations in a certain area, $5. Bathroom renovations, another certain area, $7. Bathroom renovator, good keyword, $5. Bathroom renovations in the city, $7. And now we're just getting lower and lower, but you get the point. When you have a better quality score, your cost per click just naturally just goes down. The quality score on all these keywords is just not quite there. And as a result, these guys are paying ridiculous amounts for clicks that could otherwise be better spent if they had a higher quality score for one. Right, so I've had a look at this campaign, which was overall fairly well constructed. The keywords were a lot better than some of the other ones, but we still didn't really get any results. So in terms of these ads themselves, fortunately the landing page no longer exists, so I can't actually judge what the landing page was doing. But given how many clicks we've got and the limited amount of leads, we can safely say that they just did not have a good landing page. And when you don't have a good landing page, you will just not convert. You have to remember that when you're running Google Ads, it's about 20% is the actual ad itself, and 80% is the landing page. So the actual landing page itself probably did not do too well considering how many clicks we've gotten across all the campaigns and hardly gotten any leads. If you're spending $8,000 on Google Ads, you'd expect a fair amount of leads for that. So it's safe to say that the landing page did not do too well, even with a very high click-through rate of 32%, even though we're talking small numbers here, 16%, 15%. This must have been a really good ad, but still no conversions. So more likely than not, the landing page itself unfortunately let this campaign down. And if we go through all the ads, I've blurred it out to not show the company, but there's a lot of... So we've got fairly, if I look at all the ads from all the campaigns, we've got quite a good click-through rate on all of them. So the ads themselves were not too much of a problem. If we just click on one of them here. I'm looking through this. It's not copy I would choose, but it's also not too bad. Descriptions are not too bad either. We have no images on any of these ads. You guys are selling $5, $10, $20, $30,000 bathrooms, and to not even have any images to help people click through, it just doesn't help your case. So you need to have images. There's not even a business name. There's not even a business logo. So the ads are not necessarily letting this campaign down, but they're not helping either. There's little improvements, like I mentioned, that could be made with the ads themselves, but more likely than not, the actual landing page did not help this customer convert actual clicks into suitable leads. If we go to the actual assets themselves, so it looks like we have images here, but they just weren't used. We've got business names, but unfortunately they were never used because there's no clicks. Looks like the business logo was used at some point, but not in the campaign that spent the most money. Site links are used, which is great. Looks like we've got some great callouts, so that's good to see. Lots of structured snippets, calls. In terms of audiences, we've got quite a fair amount of data here, and it looks like nothing was excluded. Now, I could tell you now that not a lot of 18 to 24-year-olds are going to be thinking about a kitchen and bathroom remodel. So these are just some things that I would just definitely exclude. Yeah, nothing was excluded. So there was definitely opportunities here to save some clicks and not have people below a certain age even come through. Even 25 to 34, you might find that you won't get a lot of conversions from them either. You'll definitely get more conversions from older people that have more money to spend on bathrooms. If you know a certain demographic that goes with you a lot more, you can definitely exclude unknown if you don't know the gender. Considering we've got way more female clicks than male, I would consider removing them, but again, no conversion data to actually base that off. So I wouldn't make those decisions right now. Household income, I would definitely remove the bottom 40 to 50% because they're just not going to have the money. And you can even focus all your efforts on the top 10% if you know that's your average customer anyway. But again, no conversion data to actually base anything off here. The location itself is fine. The ads ran all the time, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but the sooner you can get to a lead, the higher your conversions will be. That being said, if you only work from 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, you are better off running your ads during those times and then calling your leads immediately as you get them. And your chances of actually getting through to the lead and closing are going to be a lot better. So this isn't a decision I'd make right now, but it's something you can definitely look at once you've actually got some conversions. So overall from this campaign, we found that conversions may not be set up correctly in the first place, which is not going to do you any favors because you're not actually tracking if your ads themselves are actually working. If you don't set up your conversions correctly, you're never going to know if your ads are actually working. We've found that there is a lot of campaigns that have been started, stopped, which is fine sometimes if a campaign doesn't work. So we got one campaign here with just one ad group and the exact match keywords are actually fine. If we have a look at this actual search term report and have a look at these keywords, most of them are good so far. Modern freestanding tub with shower. Now that came in from a broad match and it has not been excluded. If I look this up on Google, this is someone looking for a tub. It's not someone that actually wants a bathroom renovation. Do-it-yourself kitchen remodel. I don't even need to look this up on Google to tell you that this is someone trying to do it themselves and they're not trying to actually hire someone to do it for them. IKEA kitchen. Again, not someone looking for a bathroom renovator. Kitchen design inspiration. Definitely not someone looking for a bathroom renovation. Design for small kitchen. It's been excluded, which is good, but the cost per click is $18, which is pretty insane. Let's keep going. Bath Pros reviews, that's assuming that's a competitor looking for reviews, which is not going to help us at all. Bathroom fixtures near me. Again, someone looking for fixtures. They're not looking for a bathroom renovator. Black and white bathrooms. Definitely not someone looking for a renovator. This is in another language, so it's possible the campaign was not set to English only. We got a couple here. This is a competitor. And this is someone looking how to do something. They're not looking for a bathroom renovator. So it's safe to say there's a fair amount of wasted budget here on keywords that were not managed correctly. The negative keyword lists on these campaigns were not thought out well enough considering how many wasted keywords there are in this search term report. So overall, what's let the campaign down is the lack of conversions. The keyword research was mostly good other than a few broad match keywords, but they've corrected that with exact match keywords. The actual ads themselves were okay. They were missing images, logos, business names, but overall they were not too bad. The click-through rate was still good, but still no conversions. So more likely than not, we're missing a proper structure for this campaign with proper keywords, adding in some phrase match to go in there as well. We need to lower these CPCs drastically by improving the quality score on the landing page, which we unfortunately did not get to see today. The next steps for this client is to create 2 landing pages, one for kitchens, one for bathrooms. That's going to dramatically increase the actual conversion rate on the landing page from the ads and increase our quality score so we can get clicks that will actually turn into leads. We'll improve our quality score so we can get lower CPCs and we can actually make this campaign profitable for the client. So that's what the next steps are for this client. Create a campaign with different ad groups targeting very specific keywords that will have a lower cost per click. There's no point of going for bathroom renovations because the cost per click is going to be $40. Even if we get a 10% conversion rate, that's $400 just for a lead that might not even turn into a job. So it makes no sense whatsoever. We're going to target longer tail keywords that are lower in cost, and we're going to have a drastically better landing page with better ads that have everything at our disposal. More images, have a business name, have a logo, just take advantage of the entire ad, have that amazing landing page, and this campaign will perform significantly better once the conversions are set up correctly. If you want my company to audit your Google Ads account, you can actually book a call with my team below and we can actually audit it for you so you know how to actually take proper steps towards having a profitable Google Ads campaign.